live with studios in Midland and Odessa. You're watching First Alert 7 News at 9 on the CW West Texas.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us here for First Alert 7 News at 9 on the CW. And thanks to those of you joining us on our First Alert 7 YouTube page. I'm Jay Hendricks. We have some new information tonight as we're tracking crime. A Crane ISD teacher has been arrested for the display of harmful materials to minors. That information comes from a Facebook post made by the Crane Independent School District. And according to the post, students found an inappropriate image on a teacher's personal computer during school hours. The teacher resigned from their position. They say the investigation is ongoing. Here's a look at the miles-long traffic backup earlier this morning as Midland Police responded to a rollover in the 1400 block of State Highway 191 around 5:40 this morning. The investigation revealed the truck was driving east on the South Service Road when it left the roadway and hit the guard wire, causing the driver to roll over several times. That driver, 54-year-old Victor Castillo, according to DPS, died at the scene, or I should say Midland Police. Midland Police also report that Castillo was not wearing his seatbelt. You're looking now at a crash that also disrupted traffic between Midland and Odessa all day long. This one involving a semi-truck and a train. Now, the semi was carrying computer parts that got scattered along Highway 80 in Midland County. This was near Airline Mobile Home Park. DPS tells us they are investigating the crash and say that the semi was waiting to turn across traffic onto Highway 80. No injuries were reported. We have a First Alert update for you. The city of Odessa is still suffering disruptions to its services. This comes after a cybersecurity breach 11 days ago. Since then, people have had issues paying their bills or handling business with municipal court. Now, the city says no late fees will be applied and no services will be disconnected during this time. That means they shouldn't shut off your water. You can still pay your bills, though, if you'd like to, by taking money orders or checks to Odessa City Hall.
If at all possible, please bring your bill with you so we know where to apply that check once the system is up. And we also want to let anyone that is needing water services that you can come to City Hall from 8 to 5 and we will make sure that your water is turned on.
Municipal court cases will begin to be rescheduled starting on Thursday. City says they are working diligently to resolve the issue and will let us know as soon as services are restored. On November 20th, West Texas lost 3 Buena Vista ISD athletes to a tragic car crash that happened in Crane County. Today, the St. Mary's Central Catholic School basketball team from Odessa presented a plaque to Buena Vista in remembrance of Jackie and Jaden Gerardo and their sister, Nautica Carrasco. It was a touching moment before tonight's game as Jackie, Jaden, and Nautica's family is presented with the plaque. Buena Vista football head coach and athletic director Jacob Benavides spoke on the impact the 3 siblings had on the field or on the court and described their impact on West Texas.
They're what you want to coach. I mean, like I said, they have a willingness to win. They're coachable. I mean, they were awesome for us, and it shows that they were awesome for West Texas as well. I mean, I don't think there's ever going to be a moment where we don't remember them or we don't do anything for them. It's just the fact that now, we're going to try to move on as a community and just keep them in our hearts.
We've covered this tragedy extensively. You can find more stories about Jackie, Jaden, and Nautica up on our website, firstalert7.com. Time now to take a look at your weather forecast as there are lots of activities happening this week to get you into the holiday spirit. We're going to be involved with those. Let's get an update right now as meteorologist Sawyer McElroy joins us with a look at your forecast.
Good evening and happy Monday, everybody. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines. Mainly cloudy conditions do continue as we head into our Tuesday. We are looking ahead to a brief midweek warm up with those temperatures back in the mid 60s and even 70s for some. But we do see some rain chances returning later on this week, courtesy of a cold front. Here's a look at those hourly temperatures as we head through tonight. Not a lot of variation in those temperatures. Some lower 50s as we head from about 11 to 5 into our Tuesday. Not really cool as we head into our Tuesday morning. Like I mentioned, we do have some rain chances on the way coming up starting later this week, Thursday, Friday, and continuing into our Saturday as well. The best rain chances Thursday and Friday. Something to keep an eye on, though, if you are headed to any holiday festivities later on this week, with those best rain chances, like I mentioned, coming up Thursday and Friday. As always, you can download the First Alert 7 weather app to stay up to date with the latest weather conditions and check radar if there are any rainy conditions.
Sawyer, thanks. Today is Cyber Monday, and as online shopping ramps up, so do the risks of package thefts. According to Midland Police, you can protect yourself, your mail, with these tips. In fact, they include using package tracking so that you know when your deliveries will arrive. You can have packages delivered to a secure location like your place of work. Consider using a delivery service that requires a signature, or you can also have a security camera installed to watch for deliveries. Or you could even have a neighbor pick up packages if you aren't at home. We're talking education now as ECISD, this Choice Schools application window for the 2025-2026 school year is now open. In fact, parents can register their child from now until January the 31st. You can find the application and what school options are available on the Ector County ISD's website. Today, Christmas came early for some Midland teachers as the Midland Education Foundation hosted their third annual Teacher Winter Wishes Spectacular. Take a look. Donors from all across the Permian Basin came together to gift thousands of prizes today, with more being given out tomorrow, all in support of local teachers with the resources they need in the classroom.
Teachers are so excited to be here. You may see the line behind me. I've been pulling them in the line. Nobody minds waiting because they're going to leave here with over $100 worth of supplies that's going to help them in the classroom.
By the way, teachers, if you missed out today, don't worry. More prizes will be given out tomorrow. When you think of the Salvation Army, you always think of the incredible ways they step up for our community, whether it's providing free meals, housing, and support during sudden emergencies. This year, though, they need a little help themselves, and you can do this to help them out. Believe it or not, it's literally as simple as ringing a bell.
Good morning.
Only 50 volunteers. That's all the Salvation Army of Midland and Odessa need to match last year's kettlebell ringing volunteers. Volunteers start ringing around Thanksgiving and continue through Christmas Eve. Every dollar dropped into the kettles stays local, directly funding programs to help neighbors in need.
Donations are good this year. It's just that we are low on bell ringers and we're not able to ring in all the stores this year. Every little bit helps. If you could do an all day and do it in shifts, maybe a company that would volunteer, maybe they can have enough employees that they could do an all day for us. If not, if it's a family or an individual that maybe can only do 2 hours, we just ask that you do at least 2 hours.
The Salvation Army is asking for a minimum of 2 hours, as you heard from volunteers, but even just 1 hour or whatever you can spare can make a huge impact. Now, if you'd like to help, you can head over to our website, firstalert7.com. We've got all the details on how you can sign up for a shift. This year, Midland's Academy has teamed up with Midland Police Department by donating a $2,500 shopping spree to help support the Blue Santa program. If you didn't know, every year MPD collects gifts for kids and families in need throughout the Midland and Odessa area. Today, MPD officers were let loose in Academy shopping for those kids, and they bought gifts for all of the kids, with the presents ranging from sports equipment to basic needs.
If a little boy wants a bicycle, we can make sure we get him a bicycle that's going to fit him. If a little girl needs a new pair of tennis shoes, we can make sure that she has her new pair of tennis shoes and her size.
The police department buys gifts for different local nonprofits like Safe Place of the Permian Basin and the Salvation Army to be given out to their families in need, but they can't do this alone. They are also asking for the community to donate toys toward the cause. We're your first alert for a busy week of Christmas activities, including the Starbright Village Christmas tree lighting in Odessa. That's this Thursday, December 5th at McKinney Park. The ceremony is at 6 p.m. The tree will be up all month, and First Alert 7 will be there on Thursday to bring you live coverage of that tree lighting. Before that, though, you can enjoy the holiday magic in the Tall City at Midland's Merry Lights. It's a new event that turns Centennial Park into a lively winter wonderland. The annual Christmas tree lighting celebration will be in downtown tomorrow from 5:30 to 8 p.m., but the actual Christmas tree lighting is set for 6:25 p.m., and we'll do that live during our 6 p.m. news. This is the first of Midland's investment into the holiday season in hopes of uniting the community to celebrate this holiday season with joy, a spirit of togetherness, and a show of support for Midland.
This year we're going to be adding in some entertainment from various different musical groups and dance groups, kids that have worked hard throughout the year, and we're ready to see them showcase their talent and the things that they've worked hard to practice for this event.
Tomorrow you can expect to see local vendors, food trucks, live performances, pictures with Santa, and of course the Christmas tree lighting. And you might also see the First Alert 7 team. In fact, Mary Kate and I will be there anchoring our 5 and 6 o'clock news broadcast live during the festivities. And of course, we will show you the tree lighting live at 6:25. Also happening in Odessa this week, the downtown Christmas market starts on Friday, December 6th. You can start your Christmas shopping if they haven't already while supporting local businesses. The market is located at 500 North Grant Avenue in downtown. The market opens at 6 o'clock and runs until 9 p.m. And if that's not enough to get you into the holiday spirit, both Midland and Odessa will be hosting holiday parades as well. The City of Odessa's Parade of Lights is happening this Saturday starting at 7 p.m. in downtown Odessa. The City of Midland's parade will be happening on Saturday, December 14th, also starting at 7. If you can't make it out to see all of the festivities in person, don't worry. You can watch those parades live on KWWT My 30. Still to come here at 9 on the CW, the UTPB Falcons heading to a bowl game. We'll tell you how the team is preparing. That's coming up next in your local sports. All of our high school football teams in the Permian Basin have been eliminated from the playoffs. Now the key word there is high school. That doesn't count for college. In fact, the UTPB Falcons are still standing. In fact, they wrapped up their regular season going 7-4 this season. Now they look ahead, I should say, to the Heritage Bowl. That's coming up this Saturday when they face the University of Central Missouri. Head coach Chris McCullough hopes this team will bring a sense of urgency in their final days of practice and hopes to finish 2024 on a high note.
I think anytime it's postseason play, what you learn the most is everything, all the stakes are higher, right? Regular season's out of the way. You're playing for a ring. You're playing for a great offseason going into it. So everything goes up a notch. The intensity goes up a notch. And I think with practice this week, we're going to see the guys' intensity rise as we get closer to the game.
The game, by the way, is being played in Corsicana, and you can watch that game on KWWT My 30 with kickoff and coverage beginning at noon, as we said. This is the second straight year that the Falcons football team has reached the postseason or a bowl game. Staying with UTPB today, the Champions Fund campaign kicked off. The fund has been established to support all 14 sports and help student athletes succeed on and off the field. UTPB alum Eduardo Madrid presented UTPB with a $20,000 check to support the efforts. Fellow UTPB alum Kirk Edwards has set up a $100,000 matching grant to help grow the funds. Edwards says the goal is to raise $1 million for athletic programs and help build relationships throughout the basin. Still ahead, is there a chance of rain in our forecast? We're going to get your full forecast from meteorologist Sawyer McElroy. She's going to join us after the break to talk about this week's forecast.
Now from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's meteorologist Sawyer McElroy.
Good evening and happy Monday, everybody. Hope you all had a great holiday weekend. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines. Those mainly cloudy conditions do continue as we head into our Tuesday. We are looking ahead to a brief midweek warm up, but then a cold front later on this week will cool those temperatures back down and usher rain chances back into the region. Here's a look at our precipitation plan over the next 5 days. Quiet conditions coming up Tuesday and Wednesday, but we see those changes starting on Thursday, continuing through Saturday in the form of rain. Thursday and Friday, isolated rain chances, stray rain chances coming up for your Saturday. Here's a look at those observed highs across the region today. 50s, 60s, and even a few 70s as well. Got up to 63 in Midland today, 62 in Odessa, 61 for Alpine, 72 for Presidio. Looking at those hourly temperatures as we head through tonight and into our Tuesday, not a lot of variation in those temperatures. 53 at about 11 in midnight, 1 and 2 52 degrees, 3 and 4 50 degrees. So those low 50s as we head into the early morning hours of our Tuesday. Looking at Futurecast, we are looking to see those clouds continuing as we head into our Tuesday, but quiet conditions overall. And here's a look at what to expect as we continue to head through Tuesday. Those clouds sticking around, but overall quiet conditions as well. What will I need in the morning? Well, maybe grab that coat, even though it won't be quite as chilly as we have been seeing the past couple of mornings, courtesy of those clouds kind of keeping that warmth in across the region. And as always, you could grab a warm beverage. Coffee is a great way to start off the day. For tonight, we are seeing those lows dropping into the 40s and 50s. Like I mentioned, not quite as cool as we have been seeing, but still overall a pleasant start to our Tuesday. Winds anywhere from about 5 to 20 miles per hour overnight. Strongest winds located across those higher elevations. Coming up for our Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies still. We could see a few peaks of sunshine, but overall more clouds than blue sky and sunshine. Highs similar to what we saw today in the 50s and 60s, 57 for Midland, 58 for Odessa, 69 for Presidio. Winds anywhere from about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Strongest winds located across the Permian Basin and into those higher elevations as well. For Midland's Merry Lights coming up tomorrow, the tree lighting ceremony about 56 degrees, about 625 coming up tomorrow. So you might want to grab that jacket if you are headed out to that tree lighting. Looking ahead to our First Alert 7 10-day forecast, warming up for the middle of the week, but that cold front on Wednesday will bring those rain chances and cooler weather back into the forecast for the end of the work week as we head into the weekend.
Up next here at 9, a new safe haven box has been installed in Texas, this one near Lubbock. We're going to tell you about the dedication held today. Up next. Across Texas, just about 100 miles away from West Texas in Wolfforth, the city is celebrating its newest life-saving and life-changing tool. The Safe Haven Baby Box, mounted to the side of the city's fire and EMS station at 3rd and Cedar, is a place where a new mom can safely and legally surrender her child without interacting with anyone. Advocates say the Baby Box takes the stigma and fear out of what's intended to be a responsible action. The box is climate controlled and completely automated. Whenever it's used, it immediately notifies first responders inside the station so they can get to the baby quickly. The holidays can be tough for those who have loved ones in the hospital, and that includes parents with babies in the neonatal intensive care unit. One nurse in Fort Worth, Texas is going above and beyond to make sure that the hospital's smallest patients feel extra special during the holidays. Caroline Vandergriff from our CBS affiliate in Fort Worth has more on the story.
When Catherine Callahan leaves a 12-hour shift at the NICU,
I love babies. There's nothing better than babies.
her hands don't stop working to take care of her patients.
Yeah, that's all I do at home. I'll do this a lot while I'm watching football.
Callahan crochets hats and costumes for every baby in the NICU at Texas Health Southwest for every holiday.
We just want them to feel as normal as possible in a very, abnormal situation, because nobody plans on, their kiddo being born early and all that. So we try to just go for the positive of that, and that you still have a sweet little baby. We're still gonna, celebrate you. We're celebrating them.
Over the past decade,
I do Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July.
Callahan's made nearly 1,500 hats.
Knowing that she takes time to do all of that is, we can't put it into words how meaningful it is.
Abigail and Stephen Hoekstra's son Eric is one of Callahan's patients. He was born 3 months early and has been in the NICU for 50 days and counting.
It didn't really fully sink in, at least for me, until a couple of days later, that, okay, he's coming, but he's not coming home. He's going to be here for a long haul.
Eric spent his first Halloween at the hospital and will be here for his first Thanksgiving, too, as the Hoekstras grieve not being able to spend the holidays together at home like they envisioned.
And just seeing how she treats Eric really helps.
The festive atmosphere Callahan creates goes a long way.
And that's what it's all about, just giving their families the best experiences that we can here, and that includes, helping them feel special.
A true labor of love.
It's made me super grateful.
Providing a little bit of joy.
What's cuter than a little baby dressed up as a turkey?
Even in the toughest of times. In Fort Worth, Caroline Vandergriff, CBS News, Texas.
Callahan also says she hopes the families know how much the NICU staff loves them and their babies. Still ahead, we've got one last look at your First Alert 7 forecast. That's coming up after the break.
All right, a final check of our forecast before we leave you tonight. Still hanging on to those clouds as we head into our Tuesday. Warming up for our Wednesday ahead of our next cold front on Wednesday. That will cool things back down into the 50s coming up Thursday and Friday. Rain chances also starting Thursday, Friday, continuing Saturday as well. Another cold front on Monday will cool things down back into the 50s after a little bit of a warm up this weekend. But overall, that roller coaster of temperatures does continue with some slight rain chances mixed in.
Don't forget, lots of holiday festivities coming up this week, and you can see a lot of that right here on First Alert 7. We'll, of course, let you know about that. One starting tomorrow in Midland, then, of course, Odessa on Thursday. Those are tree lightings. The parade in Odessa on Saturday, and then next Saturday will be the Midland Parade to get everybody into the holiday spirit. We want to thank you for joining us here. We have more news coming up tonight on First Alert 7 News at 10.